Glenn McGregor, CTV News. Prime Minister, next week when you deliver your throne speech, if the opposition doesn't have confidence in you, they have an obligation to vote accordingly and try and bring down the government. I'm wondering, under the circumstances, do you think it would be reckless or irresponsible for them to do that and trigger a federal election at this point? And also, do you have an obligation yourself, given this unusual circumstance, to consult more than you normally would with the opposition to ensure that they are on side with what you deliver in the throne speech?
First of all, we have been consulting with opposition parties since the very beginning of this pandemic. Canadians expect us to work together, and we've demonstrated, whether it was with the CERB or the wage subsidy or the measures we brought forward for elders, for young people, for a range of businesses, we have worked with opposition parties, and Canadians expect us to continue to. That's why we've engaged with them so far. We've been listening carefully to the things that they've been sharing with Canadians as their priorities, and I look forward to sitting down with all of them, mostly virtually, to hear from them directly on their concerns and preoccupations for the months ahead. In regards to an election, we're in a democracy that has thrived for many, many decades through strong systems, strong institutions that have adapted to local circumstances. We just saw the completion of an electoral process in New Brunswick that went off well. We want to see our democracy continue to thrive, not in spite of difficult circumstances, but also because of difficult circumstances. I know that Canadians want their politicians to be focused on them and their well-being, and I know that all opposition parties want to do a good job of representing Canadians in their views and their concerns, and they will look at the throne speech with that in mind. I think it's a little irresponsible to be talking about recklessness when it comes to elections. I think I should, and we all should, have tremendous confidence in Elections Canada to be able to bring forward strong measures to keep us safe and allow for the expression of the democratic will of the people. I think opposition parties certainly have reflections to take on whether or not they agree with the direction this country is taking, the direction this government is taking of making sure that we have people's back and we're thinking about the coming years in the responsible way, and I look forward to those debates and discussions.
Hi, Prime Minister. Just to respond, in addition to the last question you asked, you answered for Glenn McGregor, it sounds like you would actually welcome an election.
I do not want an election. I don't think Canadians want an election. I think Canadians want politicians to work together, to serve them, to build a better future for them and keep them safe during this COVID crisis. I think it's irresponsible to say that an election would be irresponsible. Our country and our institutions are stronger than that. And if there has to be an election, we'll figure it out. I don't think that's what Canadians want. I don't think that's what opposition parties want. It's certainly not what the government wants. What we want to be able to do is focus 100% on keeping Canadians safe every step of the way, and that's what we're going to do.